Hi, I would like to introduce you to the great horses of Japan. This time is Super Creek. Super Creek is a male horse born in 1985. His father is No Attention and his broodmare sire is Intermezzo. Both are European long-distance horses, the type of bloodlines that do not play well in Japan. Perhaps because of this, Super Creek had a hard time finding a buyer, and the rancher finally asked an acquaintance to buy it for the low price of 8.1 million yen. And that horse was given the name Super Creek. The owner's wish was that the horse would be a creek now, but one day it would be like a great river. In the summer of 1987, the 2-year-old Super Creek was staying in Hokkaido to race, but his debut was delayed until December due to severe diarrhea. He finished second in his debut race, but went on to win the next race. The jockey at the time was a man named Tabara, who was known as a genius, and he said, "Maybe this horse is a great talent." After this he ran 2 more races and then went on to race in the open class. From this race, the jockey riding Super Creek was changed to Yutaka Take. He is now a genius known to all, but at that time he was just a young man in his 2nd year of racing. But he had already shown his talent, and even though he had just debuted the year before, he won 69 races, breaking the record for the most wins by a rookie jockey at the time. The encounter was a good one, both for Super Creek and for Yutaka. You can find out more by watching this video. Now, they have won their first race since they have been working together. After this, they were training to run in the Derby, but during training, Super Creek broke his left front leg and had to take a long break. 6 months later, Super Creek showed up at the Kobe Shimbun Cup. He came in 3rd in this race. He then went on to run in the Kyoto Shinbun Cup in order to get a priority runner-up spot for Kikasho. Horses that finish in the top 3 in this Kyoto Shinbun Cup will be given priority right to run in Kikasho. However, Super Creek was interfered with multiple times in the race and lost in 6th place. His trainer was furious, but there was no change in the outcome. Although he did not get a priority runner-up spot, Super Creek entered Kikasho. The maximum number of runners was 18, and Super Creek was the 19th in the order of prize money won. Yutaka was in a situation where he could certainly compete in Kikasho if he chose a horse other than Super Creek, but he said he wouldn't either if Super Creek couldn't make the race. But luck was on its side. Seeing Yutaka's attitude, another owner withdrew his horse from the race. As a result, Super Creek was moved up and was able to run in Kikasho. Super Creek was the 3rd favorite. He was on the outside, in the 17th slot, but after the start he took a position on the inside track. The main reason for this is that the temporary fence on the inner course has been removed and the course is in good condition, making it easier to run. Other than that, there is less distance loss on the in-course. Super Creek made a spurt on the final corner and opened up a gap with the other horses. Super Creek won the race by 5 lengths over the rest of the field. This was not only Super Creek's first Grade 1 win, but also Yutaka's first Grade 1 win. Yutaka won the classic race at the age of 19 years and 8 months, which is the youngest record. This may have been his start as a top jockey. They then ran in the Arima Kinen. Other horses of the same age as Super Creek include Agri Cap and Soccer Boy, but this was his first encounter with them at Arima Kinen. This year's Arima Kinen was being watched as a grey horse showdown between Agri Cap and Tamamo Cross. Super Creek finished in 3rd place, but was disqualified for blocking the path of Majiro Dern on the straightaway course. The following year, Super Creek was unable to recover from muscle soreness that had developed earlier in the year, and the entire spring season was spent resting. While he was taking a break, a horse named Inariwan was transferred from a local horse race, just like Agri Cap, and was very successful, winning the Tenno Show Spring. Super Creek returned to racing in the fall, and from then on he was known as one of the big three along with Agri Cap and Inari-1. Super Creek's return race was the Kyoto Grand Prize in October. He won this race and broke the record time for the first time in 13 years. The next race, Tenno Show Autumn, brought Super Creek, Agri Cap, and Inari-1 together for the first time. Super Creek chased third, and Agri Cap took a position in the middle of the pack. With 200 meters remaining on the straight course, Super Creek overtook the horse in front and took the lead. Agri Cap finished second, partly because he was blocked a bit in front. Super Creek won the race and took home his second Grade 1. Inari-1 didn't have much to show for this race. In the next race, the Japan Cup, Horlicks and Agri Cap broke the world record with the same time, but Super Creek was unable to keep up with the world-class speed and finished fourth. In the following race, the Arima Kinen, Agri Cap took the lead at the last corner, but Super Creek overtook him. It looked like Super Creek would go on to win the race, but Inari-1 came from behind and quickly overtook Super Creek. In the end, Super Creek finished in second place. After winning the Osaka Cup the following April, Super Creek went on to run in the Tenno Show Spring. He won the race by holding off a chasing Inari-1 on a straight course. With this victory, he became the first horse in history to win the Tenno Show in spring and autumn in succession. His next race was scheduled to be Takarazu Kakinen, but it was cancelled due to muscle pain. But by autumn, his wounds had healed, and he ran in the Kyoto Grand Prize, which he had won the previous year, for the second year in a row. He won the race without any problems, but after the race it was discovered that he had ligamentitis. He was never able to come back and decided to retire. His total record is 8 wins in 16 races. He won 3 Grade 1 races. Despite his European long-distance pedigree, which is considered unsuitable for Japanese racing, he won the 2,000-meter Tenno Show Autumn race and was a long-distance horse with speed. He was also known as the antagonist of the immensely popular Agri Cap, and when he defeated him in the Tenno Show Autumn, he received a large number of letters and phone calls from fans harassing him. Super Creek became a stallion, but as is the fate of horses with such a pedigree, he was unable to pass on his speed and stamina to his children, and no one was very successful. Then, in 2010, he quietly passed away of old age. After running with Super Creek, Yutaka became the best jockey in Japan, not only in Japan but also in the world. Even at the age of 52, he is still active in the sport. It may not be an exaggeration to say that Super Creek has made him a top jockey. In fact, Yutaka cites Super Creek as one of his special horses. That's all for this time. If you want to know more about Japanese horses, subscribe to this channel. Thank you.